That's a sign of the struggling economy. The number of empty storefronts and office buildings are growing all over the country, and there doesn't seem to be an end in the near future. The Congressional Oversight Panel says nearly half of all commercial real estate is underwater right now. So how do we turn this into a real estate recovery, or at least get some benefit about what's going on? The answer may just lie in the visual appeal of the vacant storefronts. That's a concept behind Inwindow Outdoor. This is a leader in window-based billboard advertising. CEO Steve Birnhak joins us now. Steve, congratulations, because talk about recession-proof. You rely on a recession in a way, don't you?
Well, it's a little odd because we get more real estate in a recession, but on the flip side, in theory, our advertising would suffer. However, we haven't found that, but I think that's more to do with the fact that this is a fairly new medium and it's starting to catch on.
So. Now, did you pioneer this, or
Yes.
You pioneered the concept? How did it come to you?
It's an interesting story. I was walking by a building on 23rd Street, and I saw a...
23rd Street here in Manhattan?
In Manhattan. I saw a window display for G.I. Joe, and there was no toy store, and I just got kind of curious, and I walked up to the doorman and said, well, why is this here? And he said, oh, Hasbro has their offices upstairs. This is the toy building. And this sort of set off a light bulb in my head, and I said, wow, you know, there are all these vacant spaces all over the city, this city, and probably other cities across the country that could be used for marketing purposes.
Now, this doesn't sound as brilliant as that inspirational moment was. Doesn't sound like an idea you could copyright.
No.
I mean, being here on Fox Business, I mean, you're giving this great idea to millions of other people out there. Might they go out and copy you?
Well, they could try, but, you know, there is a lot to it from an operations standpoint. We have a great rapport with a lot of the landlords we work with. We've been doing this for, 8 years now, so we have a track record. So it's not as easy to get into as it sounds.
How did you start the business? With borrowed money, with your own personal cash, with bank money?
It was personal investment.
That's so often the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, I would say 80 to 90% of the small businesses start with personal investment or borrowing from friends or family. Was there any of that went on too?
No.
All from yourself?
It was completely bootstrapped.
How is business going now? How has it increased over the past year and a half that we've been in this recession?
Fortunately for us, it's been great. We started out 2 years ago. We were in 6 markets, and now we're in 20. A year ago, we launched our mall product, and now we have access to over 450 malls throughout the country.
Wow. 400. How many storefronts is that? Have you ever added them up?
Well, it varies, from mall
Thousands,
to mall.
though, right? I mean,
it's probably in between 1,000 and 2,000, I'm guessing.
And of course, real estate differs in cost. Manhattan real estate is very expensive. Mall real estate, particularly in a mall that's not doing so well, is probably pretty cheap right now.
Right.
The varying costs for these storefront ads must be by 1,000%.
Well, yeah, it really does matter depending upon what market you're in, the location of the storefront, the desirability of the neighborhood.
What's the highest price that any of these ads has ever brought in?
Oh, hard to say. I think, close to 6 figures.
6 figures?
Yeah.
Wow.
You have something in...
Is that over a month?
It could be over a month.
6 figures a month, and it could go down to probably a couple of $100s for some of these malls.
Well, it's usually
right?
in the thousands.
In the thousands. And where do you take it from here?
Well, we're planning on going internationally in the next quarter or so, and we'll see.
Now, is there ever a way where you can combine both the ads and the store? Say they're lucky enough to be able to fill the floor space with a business. I've seen a lot of these buses that have transparent ads. When you're inside, you can look out, but from the outside, it looks opaque.
Right.
Is there that kind of formula?
Well, we don't typically do perforated advertising. At night, if there's any backlighting, you lose the ad, and so it's hard to do that. In certain circumstances, we'll do that on a limited basis, but for the most part, we use opaque vinyl.
And do you need to expand? Are you going to have an IPO here? Is it that big a business right now?
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We're doing a lot more digital work, which is exciting. So I think there are a lot of opportunities for revenue growth, but we'll see.
And have you held complete control, or did you sell a part of the business away?
I haven't sold a part of the business, but I have other partners in the business as well who own a stake.
Well, congratulations. The name of the business is Inwindow Outdoor. Steve Birnhak, you're an inspiration.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for